I think most listeners don't know what the categories are, and many people have probably never heard of spina bifida. And so, what does that actually mean for you? This is Climbing Gold. I'm kind of curious, and I don't know if it's how you feel about this, but because this is a podcast and because it's audio, I'm kind of curious if it's worth you like describing yourself and describing your climbing style for
Yeah.
anybody. Like, because I think most listeners don't know what the categories are, and many people have probably never heard of spina bifida. And so, what does that actually mean for you? And like, I don't know, because you have very distinctive climbing style, and that's partially because you have giant arms, very strong
Yeah.
upper body, and very small legs. And
Yeah.
so it like lends itself to a very particular style of climbing, which is incredible
Yeah.
on the board and incredible on like overhanging competition walls.
So, I'm Dorito shaped.
Dorito
Um,
shape.
so I have pretty broad shoulders. I'm about 5'1". I don't know for our European listeners what the conversion for that is, but less than 2 meters.
Yeah,
Um,
well below.
way
Yeah,
below 2 meters.
I think it's fair to say short.
Short.
Yeah. Which is probably why your ape index is so absurd, right?
Yeah.
Because your arms are
It's
are basically the size of a well, let's see if
it's
it's plus 10.
it's plus 10, so it's right around 6 foot.
Yeah, exactly. So you basically could have been a 6 foot tall man with normal
I
size
could.
arms, but
Yeah.
instead you're a 5'11" or 5'1" man with gigundous arms.
Yeah, my arms go all the way down to my knees, so, um, I have a pretty good upper body build, pretty lean and cut overall. We start getting to my legs, my quads are pretty thick. Um, it's actually interesting trying to buy pants half the time because my below my knees, my shins will just slide through the pants, but sometimes my quads actually expand my pants a little bit just because those are the only working muscles in my legs for the most part. Um, and then below my knees, I don't feel much and I don't get a lot of movement. I get zero movement out of my ankle and foot on my right side. I get a little bit on my left side, and so it really depends on which way the climb is going on how confidently and how smoothly I do the movement, just due to the fact of like I can really only push off of my left foot. I don't really heel hook or toe hook that well. I actually can't toe hook worth crap, but I can now, thanks to Alex Johnson, heel hook,
Yeah.
um, and get a little bit of torque. Um, my left hamstring is always tight due to a surgery I had, um, where I was like in a body cast and my leg was propped up. So my left hamstring has been tight since 2006, um, which gives limited range of motion in my left leg, which is, of course, my power leg. Um, so there's only a certain limited ways of me bringing my feet up in an efficient way. Um, but I am really good at like trying to climb in like really weird and small boxes. So I can actually, due to how long my arms are, bring my feet up into these most scrunched position and be able to like press off my quad to get up to a higher hold. Um, and then my whole entire spine is fused from T5 all the way down into my coccyx. So like I only bend at the hips. I don't have any like spine bending, which makes it really helpful for front levers when your spine doesn't bend. Um,
It's what a great training technique right there. Just
yeah,
fuse your spine, and then you have
fuse
a
your
rock
spine.
solid core all the time.
Yeah. Um, but because of that, my core has been really strong just because I've had to like balance how I walk. So I do have a leg length difference. My right leg is 2 inches shorter than my left. And so I walk with a little bit of a what I like to call a natural swagger. Um, that has actually helped my core development overall because I've had to keep a tight core when I walk all the time. Um, and it kind of keeps me balanced. So, what I ideally like to climb is steep, overhanging terrain, or ideally for sport routes, I like doing terrain that's like 25 to 45 degrees overhanging and just makes a better ability to be able to use the leg I actually can use, finding efficient rest. For boulders, like if you give me a cave, I'm probably going to campus the whole cave fluidly and be able to kind of move through that movement similarly to an ape. My dad likes to call me the missing link, so it's very fitting when you watch me climb on cave or overhanging terrain because I just once I get momentum going, I just kind of flow with the momentum and just keep it flowing the whole entire time. So it is very ape-like.
Yeah, with hands that hang down past your knees, you know, it seems fitting to be able
Yeah.
to monkey it out.